boy Luke, here again for another Showdown picks video, this time for the game between the Lions and the Packers for Monday Night Football. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over my favorite picks for the entire slate, my top 3 spend-up options for each team, as well as my top 3 value picks and picks for the captain slot for Draftkings contests. This is going to be a video that we do for every Monday night game, Thursday night, and Sunday night football game for every week. So if you're looking for those, make sure to check it out on my channel as well. We also cover daily content in terms of DFS of the full slate for the NFL, as well as complete coverage for golf, UFC, and more. So if you're looking for any of that kind of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, we're going to hop into picks for Monday Night Football. Starting off with the Detroit side of things and with their injury report, we're going to have DeAndre Swift as questionable and Khalif Raymond coming into this game. Both are expected to suit up though, so not expecting any problems from those two. In terms of guys that are going to be out, we do have Tyrell Williams, which is going to open up some production at the wide receiver position, which is something we're going to target here with our value picks. But in terms of our spend up options for the Lions, at number 3 we have Jamal Williams. He's going to cost $7,200 on the slate, and I really like this revenge spot for him against his former team. I am projected for 13.3 points, somebody who's going to get plenty of production out of the backfield, and seeing DeAndre Swift is questionable, that makes him even more advantageous this week. They're going to give him a few more carries, likely to take some of that load off of DeAndre Swift, and even to this point, we've seen Jamal Williams kind of thrive in that offense. He's gotten plenty of carries, plenty of touches out of the backfield, so I like him there at number 3. At number 2, we have TJ Hawkinson, who I really like in this game. I just don't love the price tag at $9,600. I have him projected for 16.5 points, which is number 1 target on Detroit by far. Obviously, Tyrell Williams will get a few targets when he's in the game for them, but with him expected to be out this game, TJ Hawkinson is a clear number 1 on that team. And in terms of my number 1 target, it is going to be Jared Goff. He's the quarterback for that team, somebody who costs $10,000. I have him projected for 18.2 points, and anytime you have a showdown slate, you're likely going to want to have both the quarterbacks unless something crazy happens. And again, this game is heavily favored towards the Green Bay side of things, so I expect Jared Goff to be playing from behind and to get plenty of production in terms of the garbage time. On the other side of things, in terms of an injury report for Green Bay, we don't have pretty much any fantasy relevant injuries at all. You know, on the offensive side of things, it's all backups, that kind of thing. And on the defensive side of things, we do have a few guys out, and it's not going to make a massive impact. In terms of a fantasy relevant on the offensive side of things, we do have Bakhtiari, one of their best offensive linemen, who has already been rolled out. So maybe a slight decrease to their offensive line efficiency, but nothing crazy there. In terms of our spend up options, at number 3 we have Aaron Jones. He's at $10,400, projected for 17.1 points, and we know he's going to have a solid game script here. You know, doesn't have Jamal Williams in the mix anymore. That guy is going to be Dylan in this game, who is going to get a few carries, but I still think that Aaron Jones gets the majority of the work. And again, we're expecting the Packers to be playing from ahead, so if they're going to be doing that, Aaron Jones is going to get plenty of carries in this game. It's going to be a good game script for him as well, so I like targeting him there at number 3. At number 2, we have Aaron Rodgers, who's $11,400, and I really like the projection there at 20.2 points. Again, this is a huge bounce back spot for him. Looked horrible in week 1 against the Saints, and he's going to have a lot on his mind and a lot of motivation to go out there and have a good week. I expect him to do so, to spread the ball around quite a bit. At 3-4 touchdowns, I think he has a great performance this week. And at number 1, though, we do have Devontae Adams, who is essentially the Tyreek Hill of this game. He's the best wide receiver in the NFL. At $11,800, the price tag isn't great, but you're essentially going to need him if he goes off, and he does that more often than not. So at 21.5 projected points, he's a clear number 1 option on the Green Bay side of things. And now for our value picks and captains. At number 3 for our values, we have Mercedes Lewis, who is only $800. That's the main thing that I love about him here. I'm not going to get a ton of targets, not a ton of time on the field for Green Bay, but he's going to play in 2 tight end sets. He's obviously a reliable target, somebody that Aaron Rodgers did target there in week 1, ended up getting a touchdown. So while Mercedes Lewis isn't a sexy target by any means, he's going to see some playing time, is likely to get a few looks in the red zone as well. So again, the price tag is great, and we don't have a ton of value on the slate because there's not a ton of injuries, at least as of right now. At number 2, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown, somebody who's going to play the number 3 wide receiver role for the Detroit Lions. He's going to cost $2,400, which is also pretty good on this team. And since Tyrell Williams is going to be out, I do expect some of that production to get spread around to these tertiary wide receivers. Again, their price tag is good at $2,400, and I think you could do a lot worse than Brown on this slate. But at number 1, we do have Randall Cobb, who's only $2,000. He's going to be a little bit cheaper than Brown, also projected for 8.2 points instead of just 8.1, and that's the old safety blanket for Aaron Rodgers. We know whenever he needs to go to somebody he can trust, whenever things get a little bit tough, he's going to look to somebody like Cobb, who has been in his offense for quite some time, for quite a few years as well. So I really like him in this circumstance. You know, he's going to be the number 3 or even number 4 wide receiver, but I think there's going to be that much production to go around that he'll catch a touchdown, 4 or 5 catches for 60, 70 yards, and he'll have a really good day at the $2,000 price tag. In terms of our captains, though, we're kicking them off with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be a little bit expensive, but again, I expect a huge bounce back here in terms of his production from week 1 to week 2. It's going to cost $17,100 here, but projected for over 30 points at 30.3. So again, he's a great to use in a Green Bay stack. You can put a few wide receivers in there with him. You can use Cobb, Tanyan, that sort of thing, and you can make it relatively cost efficient. You know, you just got to probably keep somebody like Davante Adams out of the mix or something like that, but that's definitely viable in a GPP or even a cash format. And number 2, we have TJ Hawkinson. He's a little bit cheaper, only $14,400. Still a very solid projection at 24.7 points. And I think if you want to get unique, this is where you got to go, right? Not a lot of people are going to use a tight end at the captain slot, but TJ Hawkinson likely to get well over 10 targets in this game. We saw him do that there in week 1, went over 100 receiving yards, and if he catches 2 touchdowns, that could be well enough to make him the optimal play. But at number 1, again, we have the Tyreek Hill-like ceiling of Davante Adams. Hell, maybe we should call it the Davante Adams level ceiling. He's $17,700, the most expensive option on the slate, but projected at 32.3 fantasy points. You know, that's enough said. He goes out there, scores 2 touchdowns, has 10 catches and a couple hundred yards. He's going to absolutely take the roof off of the slate. So really like him there. Number 1, he's definitely not going to be unique by any means. He's probably going to be one of the chalkier options at captain, but it is definitely well warranted. That's all for the picks for this showdown slate. Go ahead and let me know in the comments who your favorite value play on the slate is between the Detroit Lions and the Packers. We'd love to hear about it. We'd love to get some debate down in the comments, so go ahead and do so. And as always, guys, I really appreciate you guys viewing the video. As always, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps me out, and again, I appreciate that a lot. Tomorrow night, we are going to have a live stream for the Monday Night Football slate. Going to go over any last-minute injuries, going to build a few lineups for you guys on Draftkings, and talk some game theory, leaving some salary on the table, all of that kind of good stuff. So look forward to the full slate of Ryder Cup content coming this week if you're a golf person. If you're looking for football, we're going to have all the week 3 stuff, all of the showdown slates covered as well. So until then, again, I really appreciate the support, guys, and good luck.